Здравейте! Изчакваме още само минутка, за да започнем и да може всички желаящи да се присъединят към презентацията. За нас е изключително голямо удоволствие да имаме Институто Марангони тази година сред участниците на виртуалното изложение Дни на италианско образование, както и за първи път на официална презентация в България. Днес презентацията ще бъде проведена от Йоланда Лепоре, която е представител на Марангони. И към нея може да отправяте всички ваши въпроси. За това ще ви помоля да използвате чат секцията. Да, ето тук колегите написаха вече. Ние сме на ваше разположение, ако имате някакви въпроси. Надяваме се презентацията да бъде интересна и след това сме на ваше разположение. Още веднъж благодаря, че сте с нас. Йоланда, it is your turn. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. There you are. Okay. Okay. Hi, everyone. Pleasure to meet you. My name is Yolande. I am from Istituto Marangoni. I work in the orientation and admission office in Milan, but I am happy today to also talk to you about the courses that we also offer in the other cities. So Istituto Marangoni actually is one of the first fashion school that was founded in Italy. The school was founded in 1935. By Mr. Giulio Marangoni. Giulio Marangoni was himself a tailor, and he always had this idea, this question in his mind, would it be possible to teach fashion? In fact, in the 1930s, the role of the fashion designer was becoming very important in France, in Paris, and this type of request was slowly arriving in Italy as well, in Milan. And since Mr. Marangoni himself was a tailor, he said, you know why, maybe we could like start a small school and try to teach young talents to also become designers. And the school was founded, as you can see, in 1935, would then eventually open school in Europe, in other cities, London and Paris. We extended to Asia. We also have a school in Firenze, and the last one is Miami in 2018. The unique opportunity that Istituto Marangoni offers, I don't think a lot of schools offer this type of opportunity to the student, especially in the European cities, Milano, Paris, Firenze, and London, is that the students within one program, especially for the 3 years programs, they can actually start their program in one city. And if they want to live a different experience, always studying the same program, they can continue within an undergraduate program, a 3 years program, to transfer city from the second year and eventually complete their program in another European city. So for example, if you start in Milano and then you realize that you would prefer to be in contact mostly with the fashion system of London or Paris or Firenze, you can actually switch city from the second year. So I would like to ask you, okay, since we have the possibility to ask you some questions, I would like to know where you would like to study. You know, do you already have a preference of the school you would like to attend? So please let me know. And I will go on the other slide. Most of you Milano, I'm happy to see that, and Firenze. So Italy is good, good. So we're happy to see that. But as you can, I see that you also have some other students that are interested as well in other cities. You have the possibility, like I told you, to also switch from the second year. Okay, so the majority is Milan. I'm happy to see that. Okay, so let's go on with the other slides. Okay, so what makes us different? What makes Istituto Marangoni different from the other schools, from the other fashion school? Istituto Marangoni can be described in 4 words. The Marangoniness. What does the Marangoniness mean? So first of all, the one thing that's very important for Istituto Marangoni, no matter where you are, as you saw in the previous slide, the school is almost everywhere in Europe, in Asia, in America as well. It's the Italianness. So for us, it's important that the students have the possibility, even if they study in another city, to always have this very strong Italian imprint in all the courses that they attend. The school building seduction. So eventually, we also think that where the school are situated is also very important for the students. What surrounds you when you exit the school, for example, in Milano or in Firenze, but as well London and Paris, the school are situated in very strategic point of the city. Most of the time, it's the central part of the city, in the fashion district of the city, because we do believe that your inspiration does not only come from internet, from books or magazine, but also has to come from the things that surround you. You have classes, you have a break between 2 classes, you are working on a project, you're lacking some ideas and inspiration. What do? You go out for a walk, you walk around the school, in the neighborhood where the school is. It's important that you are surrounded with fashion. In Milan, for example, it's like that, and we're going to see the slide after that, as well as for Firenze. So the location of the school are very important. Teachers are all professional. Probably 90% of the teachers are professional. They work in the industry. By working in the industry, they are capable, when they teach to the students, to actually share their know-how, their savoir-faire. Some teachers are a bit more academics, but most of them are professional. They are working and still collaborating with the fashion system every day. And the industry link. It's really one of our biggest strengths. I am not exaggerating. We're going to see the list after on. We actually collaborate with more than 4,000 brands. From the mass market one to the most prestigious one. So from H&M to Dior, from the Zara group to LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moët Chandon. Really, we have opportunities for all of the students. So this is a school in Milan, okay? For those of you who maybe had the opportunity to come and see us in Milan, so this is the school. We're situated right in the fashion square of the city, behind the main cathedral, the Duomo. We actually have 2 schools in Milan. We have 3, actually. For fashion, we have 2. This is the main building with the undergraduate courses. And then we have another building situated about, well, not a building, it's a floor for the master's and 1-year courses. It's 200 meters away from this one. The floor dedicated to the master courses, it's a 2,000 meter square floor. It's beautiful, has a beautiful view on the city. It used to be, the old offices of Roberto Cavalli. Roberto Cavalli used to have his offices there, his showroom, and now it became Istituto Marangoni. So the master's and the 1-year intensive courses are in San Babila, which is the area of the city, and this is the one for the 3 years courses. We have a beautiful video that shows you a little bit about the city. If ever you came, you might recognize some spots. If not, it is a good introduction to the city and also to Istituto Marangoni. I love the final shot that we see in the video. That's actually our terrace in Via Verdi, where we have our small cafeteria, and it has the view on the skyline. Well, I mean, it's not like an American or Asian skyline, but actually the towers that we see are the towers that were built for the Expo in 2015. And two of them are the Bosco Verticale, that they call in Italian, which is a vertical the trees. It's a tower with apartments, and each one of the balconies have plants on them, and it gives an idea of a big tree. So it was a big success when they built it for the Expo in 2015. So this is the School of Design. So Istituto Marangoni, we offer courses dedicated to fashion. This is actually the building dedicated to design. Design, we intend interior design, product design, and visual design. It's a beautiful school, 4th floor. We had the opportunity to collaborate with Mr. Giulio Capellini. If you are already a bit interested with interior design and product design, he is a very important product designer and interior designer. He actually realized the school, he designed the school, let's say the interiors. He had the idea of the concept of the school, and all the furniture, all the accessories that you see, for example, in the image, is also part of Giulio Capellini's collection. It is also situated in a very specific area of the city. It's about 5 minutes walking distance from the Milano school. It's near Via Durini. Via Durini is an important street in Milan, where we actually have all of the showrooms dedicated to interior design and product design. So I just wanted to share another question. Since we have spoken about the design and the fashion courses, just wanted to know what were your main interests. I'm going to give a couple of seconds. So it's almost 50-50. I see you guys maybe mostly interested in fashion, but a lot of you are also pretty much interested in design. So good. Okay, we're going to look into the courses after in a couple of slides, just to share the results, as you can see. And some of you are also interested in art. We're going to see right now the Firenze School. Firenze School is actually the one that is dedicated to the art courses. This is Firenze. Firenze was built, was founded, the Firenze School, a couple of years ago. It is in a beautiful, this is the school. I don't know if you see it. Okay, this is it. It's on the second, it starts from the 2nd to the 4th floor. It was actually created within a very historic building. For example, we had to create the elevator. It's like a crystal glass elevator in an historical building. Firenze could be the perfect city if you want to combine fashion and art. So if you've never came to Milan, to Italy, you wish to start maybe in a smaller city, Firenze is much more smaller than Firenze. It could be a really good reality for you if you want to be in contact with fashion, but also have a first introduction to art as well. The courses that are offered in Firenze are mostly fashion, but we also have specific courses dedicated to art, of course. We will see them, and we have a beautiful video of the Firenze city and Firenze school. I'm going to share this with you. The Firenze video, for me, it's one of the nicest one. It gives me a sensation of being on vacation every time I see it. So let's look at the programs that we offer. Like I said, Istituto Marangoni was born with fashion, but it also has a beautiful school in design. The main school is in Milan. We also have courses dedicated to art in various typology of programs. So probably from experience, when we do these type of presentations, the students are mostly interested in undergraduate 3 years courses. The 3 years courses are programs that we actually recommend to students that are completing high school because they're the most complete one. We also have 1 year intensive courses. The 1 year intensive courses, we dedicate them to students that already have a previous background, maybe a study background or a work background that has nothing to do with fashion, art, or design, and they wish to restart all over again. Probably doing a 3 years course would be too long. At this point, in a 1 year intensive course, which is 9 months, we concentrate in 9 months the most important topics that our students would see in a 3 years programs. They start from zero. So if, for example, it's a type of example that we usually have, if you're a lawyer, but you always had the dream to become a fashion designer or an interior designer, but of course 3 years would be too long, you can start with the intensive course and then eventually specialize with a master program. The word that's very important for master is that they specialize. They don't teach, they specialize. This means that you absolutely need to have a previous study or work background that is connected to the master of your interest. Masters are 9 months. Usually they're offered in October. They're also offered in February. For example, if you're interested in a master program in women's wear, menswear, or activewear, which is part of the fashion design area, you need to come from a creative background. If you are linked to graphic design, photography, you could look into the styling one. And if you have a business, economic, management, even modern languages, even if you've done courses that are dedicated to maybe social studies, maybe we can look into a business master at this point, okay? So what's really important, and I know that my colleagues from Skyline will help you with that, they will try to understand with the profile that you already have, which could be the best master for you, because like I said, they specialize, okay? In the undergraduate courses, the main area or fashion design, if you like to draw a lot, if you manually like to create things, because the main focus of this program will be that at the end of the 3rd year, you will realize your own fashion collection. So it starts from zero. So if you are in a high school that has no creative classes, you can absolutely do the fashion design program. You'll be introduced to fashion illustration, graphic design, Photoshop, Illustrator, Clo 3D, which is a 3D rendering software that actually creates avatar that wears your collection and they move with your collection, okay? So how to see a collection in movement, pattern making, you have all the historical backgrounds such as art history, art of dress, and when you will arrive at the end of the 3rd year, you'll be working on your fashion collection. If you're still very creative, but the part of designing or doing illustration is not really what suits you, there's fashion styling. At this point, you become an expert of the image. The expert of the image can be an expert of the image in a showroom, in a store, where you actually take care of the models, of the mannequins in the windows, and you actually organize the style and the look within a shop so that the customer is informed of what are the new trends. This would be fashion styling and visual merchandising. Otherwise, we have the fashion styling creative direction, which is the most classical version of fashion styling, where students are in contact with photo shoots, working with social medias, doing fashion writing, eventually working in fashion magazines. If you still want to work with the luxury product, if you still want to work in a fashion company, but maybe more in the strategic aspect, it would be the area of fashion business, where you can actually become a buyer, a merchandiser, you can work in retail, or we also have the fashion business digital communication, where you work closer with advertisement, PR, organizing events, and communication as communication, the classical communication like fashion writing, but also digital communication. So those are the 3 main areas of the 3 years programs. Then, as I told you, you can also specialize with the masters. If ever you are interested maybe in joining the Firenze school, The Firenze School has more or less the same courses, but they have specific programs that are a bit more linked to the reality of Firenze. Firenze is an artistic city. It is the heart of the Renaissance. You have the Davide of Michelangelo there, but it is also a city within a region called Tuscany, the Tuscany region, which is not only famous for its wine, but it's also very famous for fabrics and materials. Many companies, for example, Dior, you know, Christian Dior, actually gets their materials from Tuscany. Their leather purses are actually created, put together in Firenze, and then sent to Paris, and they're sold there. So if you want to get closer to art, we have 2 undergraduate programs, 3 years programs in multimedia art and art curating. Multimedia, where the program is divided in 3 areas: video, painting, and digital media. Or the arts curating, which is kind of the stylist of the arts exhibition. So it's a bit business and it's a bit of styling within the artistic environment. As 1-year programs, if you're super, super interested in designing shoes and accessories collection, you could do the 1 year in shoes and accessories design, which is specific to Firenze. And in the business area, we have 4 masters. The digital transformation, art and textile innovation, arts management, and curating art management, that links to the 2 first ones, mostly to the innovation in the textile, such as sustainability, for example. The 2 last ones are mostly linked to the strategic and the stylistic part of an exhibition, an art exhibition. Okay. Let me share another question. Just wanted to see what could be maybe your area program of interest, if you would be mostly interested in 3 years or in master courses. Okay, so I kind of knew that, you know, most of the students that usually attend these type of presentations are mostly undergraduate students. Okay, that's perfect. So just to repeat, undergraduate students, okay, if you, for 3 years program, if you are now attending a high school that has no connection with art, with fashion, with design, do not worry, because the 3 years programs, they absolutely start from the basics. Okay, so the majority of you, almost 90% of you, are interested in 3 years courses. As for the masters, remember, you need to be already studying or working in an area that has that is connected to the master of interest. As for design, okay, all the design courses, something that's important to know, all the design courses have been validated. Istituto Marangoni is born as, and it is still a private school, but we started 3 or 4 years ago to actually validate our programs. Validate means that they have the validity of a bachelor degree. In the fashion area, at the moment, only the fashion design courses have been recognized by our Ministry of Education and will award the students a bachelor in fashion design. As for the interior design area, all the 3 years courses in interior design, interior design, product design, and visual design, also all have been validated by the Ministry of Education. So the title that we will award to you will have the equivalency of a bachelor degree. We only have one interior design intensive course, and then all the rest are masters. They're mostly creative, so of course you need to have a previous background in a creative course. That can be industrial design, interior design, architecture, even fashion design. We did have students that did fashion design and did the surface and textile design program. As long as you have the capability of designing, of using the softwares Photoshop and Illustrator, we will then ask you for a portfolio. If you can link it to design, you might be able to also join one of these masters. And then we only have one master in business, which is the design management and strategic innovation. This type of course makes you become a project leader. So you would be working, let's say, in an interior design firm, and you would be the one responsible for all the projects that the firm is working on. So it's very strategic and it's very management oriented. Admission requirements. I've told you a little bit while I was talking about the programs. Okay, so let's start with the 3 years courses. If ever you're interested in the 3 years program, what do you need to apply? personal statement letter. It is a letter that has to be of about 300, 400 words explaining who you are, where you come from, why you would like to attend the program you have chosen, and what would be your dreams or your hopes for the future. We need your high school diploma. Most of you, if you do your application this year or next year while you will be in your final year of high school, you won't have your high school diploma during the application process. At this point, you can send us an attendance certificate that says that you are enrolled in your final year. All of the courses also have a small skill test that can go from 4 to 10 questions. It's a multiple choice skill test. You do it from your application. The application you can access from our website, or you can ask the colleagues from Skyline to actually assist you with that. It's not a entry test. It's actually a test that you can do at home from your computer. You can ask your friends to help you. You can use the internet to find your answers. You actually have 7 days to complete your test. So really take the time necessary to answer correctly all of the questions. If you are applying for a creative course, fashion business or fashion styling, we will request a small project of 6 pages. That can be 6 different mood boards where you can actually create some collage, and the collage can represent different trends in fashion that you like. But as well as for the creative project, creative ideas, the colleagues will assist you for that as well. So it's not a portfolio, it's a research of 6 pages that you can actually do by using images that you find on the internet. Okay, they're mood boards. Okay, 6 different mood boards. Language knowledge, it's not mandatory. It will only be mandatory for fashion design or the 3 courses in interior design, because these courses were validated by the Ministry of Education, and therefore it is mandatory that you present an English level that has to be similar to a B1. For fashion business or fashion styling, the language level is not mandatory, but we recommend the B1 level. If you are opting for a master program at this point, we still need a personal statement letter, okay, of about 1 page, a resume, and reference letters, 2 reference letters. They can be from teachers, they can be from professors. We need your university degree and transcripts. The same thing as for the undergraduate courses. If you still don't have your university degree, it can be an enrollment certificate and your latest transcripts. A portfolio, of course, if you are applying for a creative program. And at this point, the language level is not mandatory, but we recommend a B2 level for the master courses. Something very important I would like to share with you, scholarships. Yes, we do have them. Scholarships are available every year, actually twice a year. They're available for courses that will start in October. So if you are now interested in maybe joining Istituto Marangoni in October 2021, you have until March 18th to go on our website and apply, okay? You register directly from the website, you follow the instructions. The documents that are requested are exactly the same ones that we request for the application. And the scholarship can go up to 5,000 euros that we will take out of the tuition fee of the program. Special projects with industry, it's very important for us. I mean, how do you know what will be requested of you when you will join an office, when you will be working in the fashion system? Well, in order for you to understand how it works to work as a designer, as a stylist, as a manager in the business world, in the fashion industry, we actually organize activities with companies. The companies come to school, they work with the students, they work on specific projects. Last year, to give you an example, we had a collaboration with Zara, you know the Zara group. The students in fashion design, second-year students, not even 3-year students, but the second-year students had to work on a specific collection that Zara, there was a brief, you know, about the company, about what the collection had to be like. The students worked on it. We had 5 students, 5 winners. These 5 winners had their collection realized by Zara. Zara actually produced the collection. It was sold in our flagship store in Corso Vittorio Emanuele in Milano, which is the biggest store in Italy. which is the biggest store in Italy. And the people could go there and buy the collection in the store, but also buy them online. The collection lasted 1 day. The 5 collections, they lasted 1 day. So it gives great visibility to the students. One of these students, Andrea, that we will see in the fashion show at the end, actually got an internship for the whole summer in Spain, in Zara. So other than the visibility, sometimes these type of collaboration can transform themselves in internship, in award, in money, in award. But it's also it's especially to make you understand what will be requested of you once you will join the industry. As you can see, the job placement is super high. Why is it high? Because the students are super well prepared. In fact, one of the things that the human resources always tell our placement office is that when the students present themselves in an interview, they are super, super prepared, not only technically, but also culturally, because it's not only important to know how to do something, it is also very important to have the correct terminology to present and explain your project. And this is something very important. And it's going to be super interesting for you guys, especially coming from another culture and another, you have another type of history in your country. Coming to Milan and learning all of that will help you to have a profile that culturally will be much more prepared also to start working. Job placement rate super high. From 94% of the students, 84% actually remain and continue working in the industry. Their rate is a little bit lower because most of the students, about 60% of the students, are international. And for legal reasons, sometimes some of them prefer to go back home and work from there. But you will have an amazing assistance from the placement office. The students, the colleagues, they actually help you with your resume. They help you with job interviews. We also organize various workshop and seminars so that the students can be in contact with the industry. And also we have a platform called Simplicity where the students can actually also go and upload their resume. Okay. I was just curious to know when you would be interested in joining the school. A few of you for this year, most of you for 2022, which is perfect because this presentation gives you an opportunity to know a little bit more about Istituto Marangoni. I hope in the meantime you come and visit us. You let know, you tell our colleagues from Skyline and they will contact us and we will more than pleased to meet with you. And I see that other students are maybe interested later on. So just to share the results, okay? So you're all in your not final year of high school, you still have about 2 years to go, as I can see. Good, okay. Final slide. I would like to show you our fashion show. Because of COVID, of course, we weren't able to have a fashion show like the regular fashion show because events weren't possible to organize. But we were able to still organize an event to give the visibility to the students that were selected to the fashion shows. So. Oh, just 1 second. I went too fast, sorry. Okay, we start again. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, here you go. example, Andrea Alchieri, which is the first collection that we saw, is the one that won the internship at Zara Group this summer. And now, just to let you know, when I tell you that the school, the industry links, you will be working in a few weeks, in a few months for Fendi in the haute couture office. So, you know, I mean, you didn't know probably 3 years ago that that would happen for him, but it did. And the school helps the student to do that. So that's it. And then, thank you.
Thank you so much. We already have a question. Yes. If an IELTS or any other certificate is required for the bachelor program?
So yes, the students need to have, so if it's IELTS, it has to be an IELTS with elements not lower than 4.5. But this is only necessary for the fashion design validated program or for the 3 years courses in the design area. Otherwise, if they're interested in going to London or to Paris, the same thing. They need to have more or less a B1 level. It has to be valid, the equivalency of a B1 level.
Okay, thank you. And what are the prices for the bachelor programs?
So the fees are divided in two. The first fee that has to be paid in order to finalize the application is the enrollment fee, which is 4,000 euros. And the tuition fee varies from 18 to about 20,000 euros, depending on the undergraduate program. That's for Milan. In Firenze, they're a bit less, 1,000 to 2,000 euros less. As for the design courses, the range of the tuition fee is around 16,000, 17,000 euros. But the enrollment fee always remains 4,000 euros. In London, the prices are in pounds. And now with the Brexit situation, they're a bit higher. And for Paris, the fees are also more or less the same as Milan.
Thank you. Can you give us a little bit more information for the summer programs that you offer? When do they take place? How much do they cost depending on the length and in which field?
So we have them in everything. All the courses that we have seen, the long ones, the intensive, the masters. So the short courses are offered in all the area of studies that we have. We have two versions. We have an online version that will be valid, well, also this summer. So it's valid now and it will be valid this summer too. And they range from about 2,600 euros to about 3,100 euros from 4 to 6 weeks, depending. Okay. As for the courses that will be held at school this summer in June, we have 3 to 4 weeks short courses. You can actually buy, let's say, the package with the accommodation if you want, and it goes up to about 6,000 euros if you buy the program and the accommodation. If you prefer to select only the program, it is about 4,100 euros. At this point, you would find your own accommodation in the city.
Thank you. And you share that there is an ongoing scholarship campaign. Yes. Can you please give us a little bit more information on that? Is it only for Milan? Is it for every school?
It is for every school. Yes, that's correct. It is for every school, for all the courses. They are valid for 3 years, 1-year courses and master programs. Mm-hmm. Students can actually, when you do the application for the scholarship, unfortunately, you can only select one city and one program. So you cannot apply for fashion design for Milan and fashion business for London. So it's only one request. So make sure when you apply for the scholarship, you're absolutely sure where you want to study and which program you wish to study. But yeah, it's open for all of the students. We only have one possibility, which is 5,000 euros, which is not bad. It will be taken out of the tuition fee. At this point, the enrollment fee, which is 4,000 euros, is not part of the scholarship. The scholarship, we apply it on, it's a deduction only on the tuition fee.
I understand, thank you. And you mentioned that during the summer programs, they can choose the course with an accommodation. What about the accommodation through the year for the 3-year courses and for the masters? Do you help students finding accommodation?
Yes, we do. We have a housing service available. We have different partners. You find the contacts on the website. We have short stay, long stay contacts. We also have an agency called Milano Home that's been working with us for now 3 or 4 years. So the school, most of the schools are pretty much central, you know, they're right in the central city. So of course, living around the school can be a little bit more expensive. But I'm talking as an experience for Firenze, also Milano. There are cities that are really well covered with public transportation. So you don't necessarily need to be close to the school because you could actually reach the school. Even if you are 4 or 5 kilometers away from the school, you can reach it easily in 20 minutes, more or less. And the price goes down. So it all depends on your budget. So yeah, I would say probably a budget of about 800 to 1,000 euro per month could cover a small flat for one person. If you prefer to share, it's also a possibility. You can request our housing service to help you and share also an accommodation.
Okay. What are the tips that you can maybe share with us in preparing the portfolio, not only for the scholarship competition, but in general to be admitted at a bachelor or a master level?
For the master, it's your business card. So we will, I mean, we had some students that did apply for creative courses that did not really study. For example, some students that did fashion styling, the master in fashion styling, did not really have an education in fashion styling, but had a lot of work experience. So the portfolio really becomes your business card. We need to see in your portfolio what's the maximum that you can do. So we need to see your knowledge of, if it's for styling, photography, and Photoshop, it has to be of about 10 to 12 pages, okay? If you're doing fashion design, at this point, we need mood boards, we need sketches, we need technical skills, we need a research part, and so on. So it's really your business card. So show us what's the best of you. For the creative ideas, for the undergraduate courses, it's not a portfolio because I'm sure that most of you don't come from creative high schools. You know, maybe some of you are doing like an informatic high school or science high school, you know. It's really a research. Can I share my screen and maybe show something? Okay.
Yes, please. Yes, yes.
Just to show you. Wait, I'm gonna open one of them. So maybe this will help you understand. Okay. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, we are seeing. Yes.
This is a creative idea. This would be okay for the undergraduate 3 years or fashion design or fashion styling. It's a mood board. It's really a mood board. You can find the images on internet. It can represent a trend. It has to represent 6 trends at this point because we need 6 of them. I will show you another one just to give you an idea. This would be another one. Okay, so these are the creative ideas that need to be done for the fashion styling or fashion business course. It's not a portfolio. If you are at the moment doing something already creative and you want to add some of your sketches or some of the work that you're doing in high school, absolutely. But if you don't have any experience whatsoever, this could be okay. You can prepare 6 slides exactly like this and it would be perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a question about the product design program, and if you give us a little bit more information on where do you offer it, in which campus, and starting from when? So at the bachelor level.
Yes, it's the bachelor. It's the bachelor. It's a 3 years validated program, so it will give you a bachelor at the end. It's in our main school in Milano, in a design school in Milano. It is a bachelor that also has been done in collaboration with Giulio Cappellini, which is the creative director of our product design courses, because he's a product designer. It's not so much industrial. It's also very much linked to fashion. In fact, students don't only do furniture, but they also work on luxury products. For example, watches, sunglasses collections, That's also a product design. Yes, it's an industrial product, but it is linked to fashion because these courses, they were born in a fashion environment. So the students also need to have the possibility not only to work for design industries, but also for the fashion system. Example, we had a student that worked, that did the 3 years program in product design, and he went and worked for Armani Casa, Giorgio Armani Casa, because Armani has accessories, clothes, but also has furniture. So he works in product design, but for Armani. The same you can do with Fendi Casa, with Versace Casa, and so on. So yeah, so you work on furniture, but you also do a lot of fashion product as well.
Thank you. I don't see any more questions. But I'm going to switch in Bulgarian just to tell them about the opportunity for individual meetings with you. Благодаря ви още веднъж за това, че се включихте в тази презентация и се надяваме тя да е била от интерес за вас. Вярвам, че ще има още въпроси в последствие, тъй като, както казах и в началото, за първи път имаме удоволствието да представим Институто Марангони за нашите кандидати. Имате също така опцията, ако имате желание и допълнителни въпроси, да направим индивидуални срещи с Йоланде. В момент, в който сте готови за това, имате своите подготвени въпроси или пък се чудите какво да включите в портфолиото и креативния проект, така че да можем заедно да го разгледаме и да го обсъдим. Не забравяйте, че има и активна програма за стипендия, която изтича малко по-късно през март. Ако имате въпроси, ние сме на среща и с радост ще отговорим на всеки един от тях.
I agree.
Thank you.
You said.
There is a question that the student didn't really understand if you have your own accommodation facilities.
No. We don't have a dorm. The schools, all of them are situated, like I said, so much in the center that it's not like the American universities where they have like the big, football field and, their residences. So no, we don't have a residence. We don't have our own accommodation, but we do have partners that can help you to find an accommodation in the city according to your budget.
Thank you. My colleagues are putting now the link for the next and final presentation for today.
Okay.
Yeah. Ако има още въпроси, ние сме тук. Ако не, благодарим ви още веднъж за това, че бяхте с нас. Ние сме на среща и с радост ще помогнем, ако имате някакви въпроси или искате да разгледаме заедно портфолио. Виждам още един въпрос. Which specialties require knowledge of Italian language?
The same thing. It's a B1 level. So Italian for the academic part is not necessary because the courses are offered in Italian or in English. So if you have a good English, you'll be okay at school. Everybody speaks English. Italian can be necessary, at least a basic knowledge for everyday activities. You're living in a different country. One day you'll be going out and maybe eating at the restaurant, doing your groceries, grabbing a taxi if you go out with your friends. So a basic knowledge of Italian is always helpful, but it is not mandatory for the academic part.
And Yolanda, we already have a request for a meeting. How to book a meeting with you? Yes. Through Skylines. Yes. Let us know your questions. Let us know what program you're interested in. Send us your availability to match with hers. And we will be happy to organize the individual meeting.
Yes, just to let you know the office hours so that you know then with Petya, Monday to Friday. And usually we have appointments from 10 till 5 o'clock. So that is about...
Italian time.
Italian time. Yes, of course. Well, it's only an hour difference. It's not that much. So
yes. one more question, I think. No, thank you too. So yeah, I think this is it. Yolanda, thank you so much for being with us, for sharing this interesting information. And thank you everybody for being active, for keeping with us.
Thank you, Petya. Thank you for the invitation, and thank you to all the students that also have participated. And I repeat it again: you have amazing people there in Bulgaria that are waiting for you if ever you wish to be in contact with us. And if ever you wish to pass by Milan or any one of our cities, we are more than welcome to and pleased to meet with you. So just let know our colleagues from Skyline, and they will assist you with that. Thank you, Petya.
Thank you too. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. Bye. Speak to you soon.
Bye-bye. Благодаря ви. Довиждане.
Ciao, Tinka. Bye-bye. Thank you.